Saddam Hussein, the complex legacy of a controversial leader. In the annals of modern history, few figures evoke as much controversy and intrigue as Saddam Hussein, the former president of Iraq. A polarizing figure whose reign was marked by authoritarian rule, geopolitical tensions, and devastating conflicts, Hussein's legacy continues to spark debate and reflection on the complexities of power and politics in the Middle East. Born on April 28, 1937, in the village of Al-Awja near Tikrit, Iraq, Saddam Hussein's early life was marked by poverty and hardship. Raised by his widowed mother, he navigated the tumultuous landscape of Iraqi politics with a blend of cunning, ambition, and ruthlessness that would come to define his leadership style. Hussein's ascent to power began in the late 1960s when he emerged as a key figure in the Ba'ath Party, a socialist political organization dedicated to pan-Arab nationalism and anti-imperialism. Rising through the ranks with unparalleled tenacity, he eventually seized control of the Iraqi government in a coup d'etat in 1979, assuming the presidency and establishing himself as the undisputed leader of Iraq. During his three-decade-long reign, Saddam Hussein wielded absolute power with an iron fist, ruthlessly suppressing dissent and consolidating his authority through a combination of propaganda, intimidation, and state-sponsored violence. His regime was characterized by pervasive human rights abuses, political purges, and the stifling of opposition voices, earning him a reputation as one of the most notorious dictators of the 20th century. Yet, Hussein's legacy is not solely defined by oppression and tyranny. Under his rule, Iraq experienced significant economic development and modernization, fueled by the country's vast oil reserves. Infrastructure projects, education initiatives, and healthcare reforms were implemented, albeit often overshadowed by the pervasive atmosphere of fear and repression. However, it was Hussein's aggressive foreign policy and penchant for brinkmanship that would ultimately seal his fate on the international stage. His decision to invade neighboring Iran in 1980 sparked a brutal 8-year-long conflict that resulted in immense human suffering and economic devastation on both sides. The subsequent invasion of Kuwait in 1990 precipitated the Gulf War, leading to a swift and decisive military intervention by a coalition of international forces, including the United States. The aftermath of the Gulf War saw Iraq subjected to years of crippling sanctions and international isolation, further exacerbating the country's economic woes and social unrest. Hussein's stubborn refusal to comply with United Nations resolutions and his alleged pursuit of weapons of mass destruction eventually culminated in the US-led invasion of Iraq in 2003, which toppled his regime and led to his capture by coalition forces. In December 2006, Saddam Hussein was executed following a trial by an Iraqi court on charges of crimes against humanity, including the brutal suppression of a Shiite uprising in 1982. His death marked the end of an era fraught with turmoil and conflict, yet his legacy continues to cast a long shadow over the political landscape of Iraq and the broader Middle East. As the world reflects on the tumultuous reign of Saddam Hussein, his complex legacy serves as a cautionary tale of the dangers of unchecked power, the consequences of authoritarianism, and the enduring impact of geopolitical decisions on the lives of millions. While opinions on his rule remain deeply divided, one thing is certain: Saddam Hussein's legacy will continue to be studied, debated, and remembered for generations to come.